Alright, everybody, welcome in to tonight's broadcast. Tonight we'll be broadcasting the MMS Donators Big Money Sunday race. This will be next gen at Talladega for 50 laps, 65% fuel, one fast repair tonight. And let's go straight to our starting grid presented by Joshua McCullough. Alright, tonight's starting grid will be on the pole, Kenneth McCullough. Outside of him will be Steve Sizemore. Third will be Richard Elliott. Starting fourth will be James Wayne. Starting fifth will be John Wood. Starting sixth will be Asher Little. Starting seventh will be Kenneth Wheel. Starting eighth will be Matthew Patton. Starting ninth will be Hunter Hastings. Starting 10th will be Danny Barnes. Starting 11th will be Larry McDonald. Starting 12th will be John Milan. Starting 13th will be Mason Oney. Starting 14th will be Joey Galati the third. Starting 15th will be Michael Wingo. Starting 16th will be Nathan Harper 6th. Starting 17th, Dylan C. Jones. Starting 18th, Joshua McCullough. Starting 19th, Robbie Mitchell Jr. Starting 20th will be Bobby Rochelle. Starting 21st will be Mark Vondell. And that will be the field tonight. Let's look at the race info here just to find the track temp. So it's 106 track temp tonight. No wind, a little bit of humidity, 67 degrees outside. So mediocre track temp, not too hot, not too cold. Oh, forgot to mention, joining me in the booth tonight will be Joshua McCullough. Say hello, Josh.
Yo.
He will be racing tonight, so he can give us info about the fuel and everything. So whenever your fuel does calculate, if you could please blurt out how much fuel we get, that'd be awesome, just so I know. As it is 50 laps with 65% fuel, you're looking at maybe a two-stop race. Possibly. Alright, as Kenneth McCullough brings him down, pace car will pull onto pit road here. And we'll get ready to go green for the 50 lap feature event tonight. As they bring him into the restart zone.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag will be in the air. As Steve Sizemore on that outside line gets the early lead here. As the middle line on this, we are on the SummerSlam setup, so the middle and the top usually work better than the bottom. But sometimes, for a little bit, the bottom can work, as you see Kenneth McCullough now getting out front, get the lead for a second, but Steve Sizemore with the side draft and the momentum on the outside will take it right back. Oh, and Steve way offset with Waring here, as that top line's just going to roll now, but Waring's going to jump down in front of the 03 now. As a 3 wide squeezing further back around Josh McCullough and Joey Galati. A little bit of contact there. But Waring now to the point. He's going to try to get clear. He is going to be clear off the bumper of Kenny. Kenny's going to be clear now as well. No help on that outside line. I was talking about how the middle was better, but not anymore. Or not for this lap. As now 3 cars clear because that third line has been built, and that's just going to absolutely kill the middle. And now we got 5 cars, 6 cars clear. Will any of these guys step out of line? Into the travel, looking for 4 wide further back. But we're still just 3 wide back here. No one wants to make a move yet. Now Josh McCullough's going to go up. He's going to have Matthew Patton with him. They're going to create a monstrous run on this outside line here. Oh, and they're wrecking further back, I think. I could have swore I heard someone wrecking. Alright, I guess false alarmers. Let me pull up the track map here. So nobody was wrecking, sorry. Dude, them tires squirreling heard. I thought they were wrecking, but anyways. Kenneth's going to jump up in front of Josh here. Now Matthew Patton's going to jump down with his teammate. He's going to have no help now as James Wing's falling back. But Steve Sizemore's going to go down with him. As there is only 2 cars on the outside line. It's going to be Josh and Kenny. But they do have the side draft. And now, ooh, Steve's going to try to look back to the outside of Patton. Now Waring's going to put him 3 wide. They're 3 wide for the 3rd spot. Here comes Richard Elliott to push Matthew Patton as Steve Sizemore falls in the line. 3 cars clear. That's Kenneth, Josh, and Waring. Asher Little now in the 4th spot on the outside line. And now that we've run this many laps, oh, Asher is going to take the right rear of Waring. Josh, how many laps of fuel are we looking at right now? As soon as you can look. As you get split, wow. Oh, what a move. Good block there by Kenny, but now he's going to go down to the side draft. Oh, you actually center punched Josh, so that's going to hurt him in the long running here if he gets back up front. Hunter Hastings on the apron now. 2 cars pulling away, but so far pretty tame, pretty clean. As Josh just said that he has 19 laps of fuel. So that's going to be about 24, 25 laps you can get. So saving might make it a 1-stop race. Actually, there's a pack that's falling off the draft here. That's the 14, the Kenneth Real, Joey Galati. All these guys have fallen off the draft. And Bobby Rochelle further back also lost the draft. They were single file throughout most of this pack. But you got Kenneth and Joshua up here on the outside line with the number 1 of John Mullahan in that Coke machine. Here comes Kenneth and Josh with a run on the outside line. Mason Oney now going to jump up to make it a 4-car push up top. As they're going to get to the outside of John Ward, get to the outside of Richard Elliott, possibly going into 3. Not quite yet. Now they got Leigh McDonald up there as well, so they're getting a couple drivers here. But might want to save just the slightest bit of fuel, at least on the 2nd run, to make it a 1-stopper, so if you just save the slightest bit of fuel, it's like all these guys will make it on a 1-stopper. And don't know when that pit stop will be, but you got to think like it's going to be running it dry. So around lap 25, 26, we might see some pit stops. As I know both Richard Elliott here. And he's in the 3rd spot on the inside line. Now that outside line falling back a little bit. As Kenneth has jumped down in front of, looks like, Danny Barnes. Now Josh out to lead that line. He's got that little bit of front end damage. If I can get on a rear chaser, I can show you that. There it is. So just the slightest bit of front end damage. That's going to definitely hurt this. You can see the splitter that's just caking air up. Trying to make a block though. Michael Wingo not going to pull it off. They're just falling fast right now. Like a rock. They'll find a hole eventually, though, probably. As there's a hole. Oh, he's going to bump Hunter Hastings. There's a hole for Josh, though. As now the whole field single file, possibly fuel saving, I think, here. Let's go in the cockpit of Hunter Hastings here and see, how fast we might be running. 193, so not too slow, so not maximum saving, but you can see lifting, clutching. I think he just clutched in, so definitely some saving going on. It's lap 9 of 50 now. I got 42 laps to go here. Here comes John Mullahan with Mason Olney on the outside line. They're going to try to make something work here. None of these guys have any damage. So they might be able to get tandem up. And now Kenneth is going to jump up in front of them. So 3 cars on the outside line here, trying to make something happen. I don't see anyone else with center punch besides Josh. So now John Mullahan's going to jump down. Maybe just one of the track position to jump in line here. Now Kenny's going to try to find a hole maybe. Probably wasn't that good of an idea to jump up now. Looked like they had the run and then John jumps down. It's going to kill all their momentum. Everybody has gotten back in line now, so just a single file train going on this track. And if we go a little bit further back, we see Kenny Real and Joey Galati. They're actually like maintaining a gap right now, slightly gaining right now, barely, but not a ton of time lost after the field started. Maybe fuel saving just a little bit, as I think I see a little bit of front end damage on Kenny's car here. If you look, oh, I can't see it. Yeah, there it is. So he does have front end damage. So possibly maybe got involved in a wreck or not a wreck, but a little mishap, and maybe that's why he lost the draft. Maybe got put in the wall. I don't know. Didn't see it when it happened, but they're now losing a little bit of time. Maybe a tenth, 2 tenths on the field. 3 cars can do it if they're pushing constantly, but you can't be pushing constantly with temperatures, and with Kenny Will having that little bit of damage, going to affect them a little bit. Too wide further back was like Mason Olney. Not that far back. No, Mason Olney going to get back in line now. Josh McCullough looking maybe outside of Kenny. Nope. Everyone's staying in line for the most part right now. Now how many laps of fuel you got, Josh?
13.
Alright, so it looks like we can make it to lap 25. As now the 2 leaders, James Waring and Matthew Patton, are going to jump up out of the groove. Maybe dropping in the back trying to save some fuel. That's going to leave Richard Elliott as the leader. John Wood still in second. As here comes Wade McDonald and Mason Olney. Maybe to help these guys or split them. Oh, and Matthew Patton blinks out at a terrible time. There's McDonald catches him. He's still blinking out. As now Matthew Patton's going to jump to the third line. Mason Olney's going to go down. So outside one looks like it might die. Waring still outside line on the outside by himself. As looks like, holy cow, they must be in an ultra fuel saving mode right now, because Galati and the rest of these guys have almost caught the leaders now. I didn't even realize that. After a couple laps, they've gained over a second. Now 2 seconds of time, and they're just frantically gaining now. As you see, Joey Galati running 192, and the leader running 184. So that could be why they're catching him. And the last car in this pack's running 185. That's Mark Vondell, so. And they have now caught up. They probably want to save fuel, but oh, now Galati's going to go straight to the outside of Mark Vondell. Maybe trying to get up here for this pit stop. So the fuel saving has helped them a bunch. Galati, ooh, very offset push there to Matthew Patton. But with this outside line and them going wide open, they'll probably easily make their way up to the front. Unless they wreck each other. Because they can only gain more help now. I don't think any one of these guys is going to jump down anytime soon. Now McCullough, thinking about jumping up, does have that front end damage, so might not help him. But now Kenny's going to jump up in front of Josh. Matthew Patton goes to the inside. Oh, Matthew gets doored by Josh. Now Asher's jumped up. So this outside line coming back strong here. Going in Terminal 3. Asher Little looking at the lead off the bumper of Kenneth. No help on the inside line. Looks like they might be hot. Is looking at pit stops in about 10 laps. As coming up on lap car, Bobby Rochelle. Now Josh and Kenny go to the inside of Asher. Leave him out to dry. Joey Galati is with Josh for now. Oh, Josh on the apron here. That's going to stall his momentum. Now Asher's going to be able to get the side draft. And he's got Robbie Mitchell Jr. behind him on that outside line. Kenneth McCullough thinking about jumping up. He's not going to jump up. He's going to stay down. Maybe trying to think about pit stops here. Maybe trying to save some more fuel. No. Lane McDonald to the inside to pick up Kenneth. Hunter Hastings the outside. Matthew Patton to the outside. Outside line's clear by 3 cars. Oh, nearly a wreck right there. Robbie Mitchell gets shoved below the double yellow line by Asher Little. They're all going to collect it and save it. So the field back single file most part, besides Bobby Rochelle, and he is a lap car, so. Further back, we got Nathan Harper and maybe John Ward jumping out. They are just looking to the outside as now Harper's going to drop back. Don't know if he intentionally was doing that. But he lets Mason only by maybe one other. But further up, the rest of the field still single file. Looks like they're just going to wait till this pit stop. And then after the pit stop, looks like I think we'll be able to make it on fuel. As this whole field is just very spread out for some reason. I don't know what's going on here. It looks a little bit weird. Maybe everyone's just still trying to fuel save. I don't know. It looks like a yellow flag come out, but it has not. Very weird of these about whole top 10. And Kenny Real actually does have rear end damage as well. I just noticed that from looking at this camera. You can see the gaps for some reason that are happening. As here comes Nathan Harper with his teammate Dylan C. Jones. Around the outside, maybe trying to make some ground for the pit stop. We have about 5-6 laps before we do have that pit stop. I think they've been in the back saving enough fuel. They're pretty confident about making it. So now Matthew Patton jumps out as well. Holy cow, he's got the run, like crazy run, up to the lead. Looks like Asher might be like half throttle or something, saving fuel up front. That's going to help Matthew Patton get to the lead and nearly clear. But here comes Kenny Real, as Kenny has now jumped up in front of Harper, and he has a huge run. Matthew Patton ain't even going to risk it. He's going to go up top, let them guys by, maybe trying to save some more fuel. As we have reached 30 laps to go in this race. So, about a third of the way through this race, or 2/3. No, I can't math. We're nearly halfway through the race. It's only Dylan Jones, Nathan Harper, and Kenny Rill up here. And Kenny's got front end damage, but they're still rolling pretty strong. Nathan Harper was clear for the moment. Now he's not going to be clear. Let's see if Kenny Rill will jump down. Think about it. He is going to go down in front of Asher Little. Oh, Robbie Mitchell into the back of Asher. No, he hooked him right there. Now Nathan Harper left out to dry on the outside line. Oh, and Kenny's going to let up and let him down. So that's teammates first, second, third, fifth, sixth. Here comes Josh on around the outside trying to make something happen. Maybe just trying to get a few spots before they pit, but with that front end damage, it's going to be hard to gain any ground. As Galati is actually going to close the hole that he was in. So he might have to pit from the outside if they pit this lap. But, again, I think they're going to wait maybe 2-3 more laps max if to pit again. Maybe they've saved enough fuel to go 4 or 5 laps. I don't know, but I think they're just saving now because to get the least amount of fuel on the pit stop. Because the least amount of fuel means fast pit stop. Fast pit stop means obviously you get out faster and have more track position. So a lot of these guys maybe just trying to do that. As Nightmares definitely got the numbers up front and just the best situation here for them guys. I think most of them have been riding around in the back too and saving fuel. But Josh, Kenny up here too, they're doing pretty well. Definitely some contenders for the win if they all have decent pit stops. 27 laps to go. We're gonna way up on halfway here, so green flag all the way up until this point. So hopefully we can get some more green flag racing and maybe some 2-3 wide racing after the pit stop. Hopefully these guys will have enough fuel and be smart enough to be doing all that. Alright, here we go. Let's see. Yep, knew it. Here we go. Pit stops happening. See if anyone speeds. Looks like the entire field except for maybe 3 cars coming in. Kenny Real. Oh, big time loose up front. And Matthew Patton also got a little bit in the grass. So I don't know if there's any black flags. I don't have a thing to see that in our overlay, but Matthew Patton, all these guys coming into pit road here. Oh, a lot of them getting right side tires. Some just getting left only. You can see all the cars getting jacked up. Some people taking 4 tires. That's shocking. Did not think we'd have enough time to do all that. As Nathan Harper will be in the lead coming off pit road. It'll be Asher, Dylan Jones, Hunter Hastings, all teammates. But Matthew Patton's on the outside of him. Oh, and Bobby Rochelle. I think that's him parked coming out of the pits. He's going to tow. Don't know why. So it looks like the lead pack might just be these 7 cars. Richard Elliott might be off the pack. As I mean, right now it's actually only 2. Nearly 3, and then you got a big gap between Dylan Jones and Matthew Patton. Then Hunter Hastings, Kenny Will, Josh McCullough. They're going to get paired up here. Maybe have a 4-car pack. Oh, looks like a wreck off of turn 2. Michael Wingo was stopped with Mark Rondell. Oh, Mark Rondell on the apron is going to get loose right in front of Wingo. Nearly hits him. Oh, and then Wingo's going to get hooked. And they're both going to go to the inside wall. Dang. So big wreck here coming off pit road. Only 2 cars. I think that is not a yellow since we have 20 or more. As here comes the rest of the field after their pit stops. That's John Ward, Wade McDonald, and Danny Barnes. And they were just absolutely smoked on pit road. But they might be able to get with this pack. This is the 3rd pack. As they will cycle out and probably get with this pack. But back up front, it's these 4 cars running down Asher Little, Nathan Harper, and Dylan C. Jones. It's Matthew Patton leading this one. So once they catch, they'll probably be battling up here. But this bigger pack is about 4 seconds off the 2nd pack, and they got a lot more cars. They got about 8, 9 cars, 8 in this pack. But once these guys, which they have now caught up, it'll be a 7-car pack. So doubt these guys will, doubt the 2nd pack will catch these guys, because 7 cars is enough to pull away from 8 if you got the right guys. And I see some pretty good guys leading this line, pretty good pushers. So with a lot of help in the 2nd pack, you could probably catch. But looking like they are actually catching a little bit right now. But you got to think they'll probably start pulling away. And there you go. There you see him pulling away on the telemetry or whatever. It's Moahan leading the 2nd pack now. Maybe some jockeying around. Yep, Richard Elliott's going to jump out. Oh, and it looks like someone just pitted to... Matthew Patton will have a black flag. He has hit pit road. So Matthew Patton with a black flag helped the 2nd pack catch the leaders and now had to pit. So that'll be a 6-car pack in the lead. Matthew Patton with a drive-through. He's going to come out of the pits now. And now you got 8 cars versus 6. So now a little bit more of an outnumbered between these 2 cars. So that'll help. Only could help the 2nd pack more. So maybe they'll be able to catch a little bit as they are gaining slightly. They're up to 3 seconds, 2.9 actually. Mohan now losing a little bit. They gain a little bit, lose a little bit. But right now they're gaining just a little bit. As it looks like, I just realized 5 of these cars that's in this 6-car pack is teammates. So Josh looks like the odd man out here. So if this does go green, Josh most likely will might be screwed here. What are the payouts top 5, Josh?
I think so.
Okay, so if you can beat one of these guys, you'll cash. But if not, looks like you're not gonna be able to make any money. But
I think I got a good shot at it.
if you make the right moves, but 5 against 1, pretty tough to do with fun and damage. Your best hope is honestly that 2nd pack catching, and then you have maybe some teammates catch you up. Right now, two of these mid-sized packs, and then the rest of the field you see on the track map is just spaced out, very spaced out. Like Mark Rondell, Michael Winger back here, they're the ones that wrecked off pit road. They had to pit, I think, and take their fast spare, both of them. Mason Olney, Danny Barnes, all of these guys just by themselves. But back up front, 2nd pack is gained a little bit back. They were past 3 seconds, now they're up to 2.7. And they're getting pretty heavily down the back. Joe Galati pushing John Mullahan in this one. Nathan Harper still leads this one. They're trying to give some air to Asher Little here, so they're going to be losing a good bit of time. They're at 2.5. And once we catch lap cars, might be a help to this lead pack. But if they can't keep up with the lead pack, they only can help the 2nd pack, because that 2nd pack has got the 2.3. .1. Dang, now they're swapping. Nathan Harper They have just lost a bunch of time. Probably should be pushing more than 3 cars deep, but I don't think they have been. And it is just screwing them. And here comes John Mullen. He's got a just huge momentum gain. So look at this. Let's look at the speed difference here. Oh, yeah. Big speed difference here. As here he comes. He has caught this pack. I can't click on. There we go. There's Kenneth Will. Now they have caught them. So there you go, Josh. It's your lucky day. Here comes John Mullihan. And now Josh actually, I said that, steps out. And now it's going to have Mullihan pushing him. What is this? Come on. There we go. So now we got ourselves a race here with 18 laps to go. Second pack is caught, which I didn't expect them to catch, even with the 2-car difference. But they did catch. They did a heck of a job pushing there. Joey Galati, Richard Elliott, John Mullihan, all them guys that helped in that. Good job to them to beat these Nightmare guys and pushing for this little bit. But now Josh McCullough to the lead. He's got John Mullihan and Joey Galati behind him. See if they step out, make any moves. Like I said, the third line is very usable, so when these guys jumps out, they'll probably help him. As Joey Galati's looking to step out, he's going to get nearly split by James Wayne. And you see James Wayne with a little bit of front end damage there. So James Wayne and Josh McCullough both have looks like the same amount of center punch. So it's going to help them hurt their momentum a little bit. As I mean, Josh is leading, and they're not having that bad, but it will hurt you. Like, it's definitely noticeable. He's going to jump down in front of the Nightmare guys here, give John Mullihan maybe some clean air. Joey Galati's still pushing. Now John Mullihan's going to jump down and give Joey Galati some clean air. Now Galati and Waring both go down as they get clear. So, I mean, it looks like these guys are going middle, then jumping down, and then kind of cycle into the back. But now there's only 3 guys on the outside of 3 cars near each other. Robbie Mitchell trying to catch up to this second line. Josh, you thinking about doing some fuel saving, or are you plenty good on fuel?
I got plenty of fuel.
Okay, so looks like all these guys are plenty good on fuel to the end. Not really going to pit unless they wreck or get any more damage. But Waring and Josh might want to fix their front end damage if there's a caution and they're not in a good spot, because it would definitely hurt them if there's a overtime restart and they're like on the bottom or something. But Galati the lead now off the bumper. Sizemore, they're both going to go down. Ooh, Wayne McDonald nearly contact there with James Wayne. He's going to side draft James, trying to pull him back, but he's not going to be able to. Now Galati's up to the second line, giving air to Steve Sizemore. Wayne McDonald thought about going down there, went back up. Think that was nearly going to cause a wreck if he didn't, or if he did, as he's pushing Galati now. And he's going to get Galati clear. You see that second line, it's so good with the side draft and everything. But Galati's going to go down. Oh, McCullough way out of line. Holy cow. What happened there, Josh?
Nothing, just do a block.
Alright, let's go watch this block. Oh, now we got hooked. Good save there. So, yeah, very iffy block there by Josh, but he keeps it going. He's up to the second line now, pushing John Wood, Toyota teammate. Oh, Galati way offset with Wayne McDonald. I thought that was going to nearly cause a wreck. As they're catching a lap car, Kenneth McCullough. That's only going to help MMS guys. That's going to be a big help to them guys. That Kenny definitely good contender here to stay up front, even as a lap car. Galati still leads here off the bumper of McDonald. And then you got Steve Sizemore in third spot. Josh has gotten down in the bottom now, but Robbie Mitchell is still pushing Ward, as we have, for some reason, only single foul. Except for these 2 guys. So, I don't know why we ain't doing that much racing. I feel like these guys can make it plenty on fuel. Maybe they put in just enough fuel to make it so they're kind of iffy. Maybe like a 1-lap margin. There's also, just want to mention this. There is this 4-car pack up here. Nearly a 5-car pack as they're going to pick up Mark Brandel. So, if these guys push too hard, they could cause a wreck and ultimately screw over a lot of these guys up here. As McCullough was up in the middle, and now he's going to jump back down to the bottom. Waring up to help John Ward now, his teammate. As Asher and the rest of these Nightmare guys have fallen off this pack a little bit. Got a little bit of a gap here. I don't think they're going to lose the draft, but maybe they're fuel saving. I don't know. Maybe they took like a 1-lap margin or something and just trying to save enough fuel to be good to lead. 13 laps to go here. So, laps are ticking away. People are going to be more aggressive here as we start getting 2-3 wide. Hopefully we can get to see some of that racing. God, he still leads him into the trial. Ward and Waring up on the outside line. Robbie Mitchell has jumped back down in line. So only them two up on the outside line. Don't have much help, but once the laps wind down, you got to think the people jumping up. Here comes Kenneth McCullough on the outside. He's wanting to get up here to help Waring and John Ward. I believe they are in the same VC for this race, so technically teammates, I guess. I just want to see them racing, man. So glad to see these people, even as a lap car, jump up, help these guys on the second line. As we know, the second line is the best. So the top, second, and outside line are both pretty good. If they're really hard racing, the third line is usually the best with the side draft, just like the Gen 6 or truck, but middle's pretty good as well. As Waring's going to jump down with Kenneth now, so back to single file racing. Thought everyone could make it completely on fuel and be fine, but looks like it might be close for others. Don't know why we're racing single file, but we'll see some racing.
Gas.
You just said you were fine.
1.2 good.
1.2 laps?
Yep.
Alright, yeah, so there you go. A lot of these guys did have the option of taking extra fuel, but they didn't want to lose the draft, so they ended up taking less fuel. As Richard Elliott looks like off of... Oh, shoot. What? Oh my god, I did not mean to rewind that far. Richard Elliott loses the draft. Looks like he might hit the wall. Oh, he busts his left front wheel off of the right rear of Kenny Real. So, dang, that's... Man, that... Horrible heartbreak for Richard Elliott. He's going to have to come in the pits and repair that. That's a meatball for him. Just hit him in the right rear because the checkup probably would have been smarter to hit him square and get the center punch, but instead accidentally hits him in the right rear wheel, and that's just going to destroy the left front tire. Dang, tough break for Richard. So the MMS is going to lose one of their teammates. If the field runs like this until the end, Josh will have enough fuel to make it, and probably the rest of the people that took a short margin. But with the pace being like it is with Galati up here, we're having a... Maybe some of these guys having a fuel save. Like I said, let's see how fast Galati's doing. Oh yeah, we're running 191, so not too slow, not ultra fast, but... Oh yeah, look back here. Look at this. All of Nightmare jumping up. Every one of them. Kenneth McCullough jumping up as well as a lap car. Oh, and Nathan Harper gets hooked. There's going to be a yellow. Oh, John Mohan into his right door hard. Mohan back into the outside wall. So there's the wreck. And that's going to put all four of these guys, 5, 6 these guys that were out of the draft, back in the draft. As John Mohan and Nathan Harper go for a ride. And Mohan gets stuck. Looks like Nathan Harper. Oh, look at this. Left rear wheel broke on Nathan Harper, and he's going to have to tow. Oh, man, a terrible, terrible tough break for him. Yeah, it looks like he's trying. He's just one wheel of pulling it, trying to get out of the grass, and he is going to get out of the grass, but I think he's going to have to ultimately tow, and there you go. There he does. As let's go back and look at this wreck here. He's right behind his teammates. Here comes Josh up the track, trying to on his left rear, and oh, net code between Josh and Nathan. He's gonna hook his car down the track, and then his car goes back up. Oh, and John Mohan, trying to avoid the wreck, just slams right into his door, and that's gonna end up turning John back down in the left, and then he overcorrects back to the right and hits the outside wall. So he's just riding in line, and up there you see the wreck happen. Josh riding high, gets neck killed with Harper, and that's going to hook him nowhere for Mohan to go. And he's going to spin out, hit the wall, hit the grass. see if we can go slow motion here. As he did the right thing trying to avoid the wreck, but he just didn't expect Harper to shoot back to the right. So he did a good job avoiding Sizemore, and then absolutely nowhere to go. Let's go on board with Josh here. As he's running down the short shoot. After the start-finish line, he's going to trying to side draft me right high, just slow down the momentum, and it's going to tag him via netcode. And that's going to hook Harper into the outside wall. Alright, as the field takes the 1 green signal, no choose cone tonight. Galati looks like he elects the bottom, so I'll put McDonald on the top, and then Wood on the bottom, Waring on the top, Asher Little on the bottom. So that puts about 15 guys, I think, back in it. Mullihan coming off the pits now. Harper's going to be, ooh, tough. Looks like Harper's going to be 2 laps down. And he just now got finished towing. Takes some tires, takes a fast repair. He'll be back out there. He needs 2 more cautions and 4 laps. It'll be a 5 lap to go restart. So he's got enough time if he gets lucky. But also, I don't know how that works. I don't know if he's ahead of Wingo or Elliott. He'll get the lucky dog or not. But he's going to have to hope that maybe the leader pits or Elliott, Wingo, Mark Rundell all get involved in the wreck. Definitely could happen, though, if he's really lucky. But Richard Elliott, Michael Wingo, Mark Rundell will be racing for the lucky dog. But Galati, Lane McDonald, your leaders here on the front row. Pretty cool to see these 2 underdogs up here. Maybe Galati can pull off the win tonight. That'd be pretty crazy for all the Galati fans. Haven't seen him in victory lane in a hot minute. Haven't seen him racing in a hot minute, actually. But maybe he'll be able to pull it off here. Waring on the outside, also pushing McDonald, his teammate, but they do have, or Waring has a little bit of front end damage. So I don't know if that'll affect them. The outside line is the most dominant line. Dylan Jones up here too. So the Nightmare guy is pretty scattered now. Hastings a little on the bottom there, but they're on the bottom together. But that bottom's kind of sucks. Especially when you got all them people on the outside line. But here we go. Coming to the green. Coming to 4 laps to go. 5. Something like that. Holy cow. Galati with a jump of a lifetime. That's gotta be. He did not go on green. There's no way. He is gone. Looks like did not obey the rules. I don't think. But where is Lane McDonald in the wrong gear? Like, what the heck is happening to the outside line? Lane McDonald is screwed. But here comes the nightmare guys. Hunter Hastings, Asher Little. Kenny Wheel somehow gets clear. He's gonna jump up behind Hunter Hastings. Here comes Asher Little with, I think, the slightest center punch maybe that I've seen. With Hunter Hastings, Kenny Real, 2 teammates behind him to the lead, clear of Joey Galati. And I think Galati's going to get a penalty anyway because there's no way that he went on green. Ooh, further back, Neely reckon. Nathan Harper trying his race, get the lucky dog here. Josh McCullough also in a bad spot further back. Was doing good early on. All these guys back here trying to do something. But that third line's working now. Kenneth and Richard Elliott up on the outside line. Oh, and no wrecking. Lane McDonald right in front of the field. The big one in 1 and 2. Dylan Jones, Richard Elliott, Kenny McCullough. Richard Elliott killed. Oh, and Richard Elliott gets slammed again by James Waring. It looks like Matthew Patton maybe got lucky break. As you hear the radio. As let's go back and look at this. Lane McDonald absolutely just destroyed. Going in 1 and 2. He was the first one to get sideways, so let's see here. Let me get like a little bit better camera angle with spotter. Alright. He's got Waring behind him. He's gonna shoot to the outside, and Waring just kind of runs in his left rear. Don't know if there's miscommunication there. But anyways, that's gonna hook him right in front of everyone. Danny Barnes clips Waring also there. Or sorry, McDonald. Waring gets toned. And Dylan Jones actually gets turned into his teammates. So that's going to collect Harper. Matthew Patton going to the grass. Waring up against the wall. Let's look back at this let's go to Waring's far chase. So, I mean, Waring, or Larry, is trying to make the move to the outside, and just, I think, miscommunication. It was Matthew Patton for the back. I think he actually avoided the wreck, but maybe got some damage also. You see the wreck up there up the top right, piling up about 5, 6 cars up on the outside. Then Dylan Jones is going to come down and actually hit someone. Let me pause this right here, and here you see Waring roll down the track right into Richard Elliott. Richard already had his left front wheel, I think, tore off. And then he gets wrecked again. So, tough break again for Richard Elliott. As there's the left front wheel get ripped off, and then out of nowhere, Matthew Patton, good save there from him. Gets the right front wheel taken off. Let's go back and look at Kenneth McCullough's here. He was pushing Richard Elliott. Nowhere to go, just falls right into his lap. As that's gonna give, looks like Mark Vondell actually ended up with the lucky dog after that one. So Mark Vondell back on the lead lap, and this is gonna be overtime now. So green light checkered. As how now Wingo and Richard Elliott will still be a lap down, and then Harper will be still 2 laps down. Richard Elliott's actually 2 laps down now. I believe he had a tow from the both front wheels being broke. I mean, no steering, obviously. Probably gonna have to tow on that one. But Nightmare 1, 2, 3 here. Then Joey Galati, John Wood rounding out your top 5. Asher Little with a great run to the lead there on that restart. He still holds it with Hunter Hastings and Kenny Will behind him. All right, here we go. Asher Little, Hunter Hastings bringing them into the restart zone. Overtime. Green flag, we're back in the air. Big stack up on the top. We have 2 attempts at an overtime, so if we wreck once on this lap, we'll redo it. But they make it to the white, no more yellows. A great jump for both lines here. Going into 1 and 2. Let's see who's the first one to make a move to the third line. Josh has got Kenny behind him. They might think about it. Come on, Josh. Here they go. Third line has been formed. Kenny, Josh, Danny Barnes on the outside line. Dylan Jones going to fill that hole in the middle. See if that third line can make anything happen. Coming to white flag here. They're to the right rear, Mason Oney. But right now, it's all Hunter Hastings, Asher Little up front. Oh, Joey Galati really loose there. Robbie Mitchell pushing through him. That's going to help Asher Little. Nearly clear on the inside line. Never seen that work on the inside. Contact made for the 5th spot. John Ward into Joey Galati. Joey Galati jumping up in front of Josh. Oh, and there goes Joey Galati. They're wrecking big time out back, but we stay green. Huge one. Josh McCullough's still on the outside of Robbie Mitchell. Now Robbie's clear of Steve Willie jump down. No, Josh is going to jump down. Oh, my goodness. Here comes the outside line, though. They got way more help. Way more formed up. Josh is going to jump up there now. 5 cars up top. John Ward with no help. He's going to try to make a block on Josh. Not going to work. So far, Asher Little, Kenny Real, Hunter Hastings out front, the 3 teammates. Will anyone make a move, though? Will anyone be able to make a move? Robbie Mitchell in 4th. Will he try to make a move? Will Josh go with him if he does? Josh going to peek to the bottom now. Robbie Mitchell going to jump down. Josh has got a little bit of run, but it's not going to be enough. It's going to be Asher Little, Kenny Real, and Hunter Hastings into the tri-oval. Will Kenny make the move? Kenny is going to stay in line. And it's going to be Asher Little winning tonight. And Hunter tries to hit him, and he does not hit him, but he, dang, kills himself. So back-to-back wins, I just realized, for Asher Little in the MMS Donators, and then the MMS Donators main event Sunday, Big Money Sunday. So Asher Little, good job, good stuff to him. Wish Kenny would have made a move there. Kind of sucks that he didn't, but, and I know the roots of the Jack Shack, that's always what they do, but it's right. Anyways, let's go back actually and look at this wreck. Coming to the white flag here. Just take at least one look at it here. So it's around Robbie Mitchell. So there's Galati jumping up in front of Josh. Josh going to make it 4 wide. Oh, and Mason Oney trying to split, make it 5 wide. I don't think he thought Josh was going to make that move. But there goes Mason up top, and he's going to tag Galati. And that hooks Galati down into Robbie Mitchell and Steve Sizemore. And then they all somehow save it up front. But then further back, you got Nathan Harper wrecking, Mark Vondell. These guys, I don't think, if they went clean to the front, don't think they had a shot. But they end up getting wrecking anyways. And then you see John Ward, Steve Sizemore, Josh McCullough on the bottom. And then Josh goes up behind Mitchell. John tries to make a move that can't pull it off. That's just going to screw him. Ward had no help. Like, it sucks for Wood. They're going to jump up to the middle. Kenny actually splits them back down. But further up front, Mitchell tries to make a move to the inside here with Josh. But Josh has no momentum, no help. They don't have any help. And that's just going to leave the Nightmare guys to go 1, 2, 3 here at the line. So Asher Little will pull off the win. Alright, now let's talk with our third place finisher, Asher Little. Asher, you got a copy?
I do.
Alright, well, first off, congrats on the win, and just walk me through that final restart, and how'd you pull off the win? I know Kenny will suck your dick, but...
Yeah, it worked out for us. Joey Galati was pushing Hunter, and we were like, that line's gonna die, and he ended up doing pretty good. But we ended up, well, we ended up with a man, I can't even think. It was just a crazy race that um, we were able to get lined up and finish out in 1-3, 1-2-3.
All right. Well, was there any like with the fuel saving thing? Were you close on fuel? Because I seen Nightmare like laying back on that before the Nathan Harper caution. The first caution came out. Were y'all close on fuel? Is that why y'all riding in the back or just being safe?
Yeah, when we pit, Kenny was low, so was Nathan. So we pit a lap earlier than we should have, and uh, we had to save a bunch of fuel to make it to the end. And then once we got to the good, we started pushing, and then everyone started pushing, and that's when all chaos broke loose, and we just stayed out of it, most of us, and we're there at the end.
All right. Well, final question I got for you. Just give us your thanks, shout outs, people who got you here.
Thank you for broadcasting. Thanks, MMS for putting this on, and thank you, all my teammates, Kenny, Hunter, Dylan Jones, and Nathan Harper. We all worked really good together.
And Joshua.
Joshua.
All right. Well, thank you, Asher. You can leave now, Dragon Josh. That was your winner tonight. In MMS Donators main event. Now let's drag up your third place finisher, Hunter Hastings. Yo, Hunter, you got a copy?
I do.
All right. Well, got the third place here tonight. Just walk me through the before the pit stop, after the pit stop, about like fuel situation and how the overtime and how you ended up in the third spot.
Yeah, the beginning of the race, it was just about trying to save enough where you can make it a one stop. And we pitted. Probably should have went another lap, but we didn't. And when we came out, we were only like 0.3, 0.4 to the good. So then we had to save a little more. The pack behind us caught back up with us, so we just saved. Then with about, I think, lap 42, 43, we decided we had about 2 laps saved to go to the front. And a caution came out when we was doing it. And we kind of got lined up. Or we wasn't lined up anymore. And luckily, I don't know what Joey was doing, but they were 5 wide, and I seen them all wreck behind us. And I came home third.
All right. Well, final question I got for you. Just now, give us your thanks, shout outs, people who got you here.
Thank you for broadcasting, Kenny putting us on, and Nathan, Kenny, Dylan, and Asher
Joshua.
working with me, and Josh McCullough.
For no reason. All right. Well, thank you
Man
for talking with
himself.
us, Hunter. That's your third place finisher tonight. Now let's pull up Kenneth Real. Is he in the waiting room? All right. Well, there he is. Yo, Kenny, got a copy? I know you're muted, but.
Oh,
All right. Well, just walk us through that final restart and also your fuel situation. I did want to hear about that after the pit stop and how you ended up bringing it home in second.
yeah, after the pit stop, we were pretty much just in save mode. Pretty much the whole run. We would have been 4 to the good there at the end till the wreck happened. And the wreck happened. We still had to save fuel at that last green white checker. Luckily, me and Asher were able to get up to the middle lane when the top bobbled. And the restart before that, I don't know what happened to the top. I restarted like 8th on the bottom. And the top lane just went absolutely nowhere. That allowed me to get up to 3rd on the top, and from there it was just working with those guys and just kept going 1, 2, 3 with them.
All right. Well, now last question I got for you. Just give us your thanks, shout outs, people who got you here.
Yeah, shout out to Jack Shack. Go follow them over Jack Shack Racing on Twitch, and yeah, appreciate you guys for putting on the broadcast and Kenny for putting on the race as always.
All right. Well, thanks for talking with us, Kenny. Good job on your second place finish. And
Yes, sir, appreciate it.
now let's go to our finishing results again, presented by Joshua McCullough. If I can.
Dude,
What?
Let's pull up Larry.
No, we're not pulling up Larry, Josh. All right.
Come on.
No. Now you just said it, so I'm definitely not doing that. Anyways, finishing results presented by Josh McCullough. Winner tonight in the MMS Dominators main event will be Asher Little. Second place will be Kenny Real. Third will be Hunter Hastings. Robbie Mitchell Jr. bringing home fourth. So good to see him cash. I don't think I've seen him cash in the races I've been broadcasting. Josh McCullough bringing it home in fifth. The last cash spot goes to him. Danny Barnes sixth. Kenneth McCullough seventh. John Wood eighth. James Wayne ninth. Steve Sizemore 10th. Leah McDonald 11th. Dylan C. Jones 12th. Matthew Patton 13th. Joey Galati 14th. Mason Oney 15th. Mark Rondell 16th. John Mohan 17th. Michael Wingo 18th. And Richard Elliott, Bobby Rochelle 20 and 21st, rounding out your field. Oh, Nathan Harper 6th and 19th as well. Forgot to mention him. Shout out to him as well. As that will round off our broadcast. So thank y'all so much for watching, tuning in, the people who did. And I will see y'all later.